West Country, that's the one. All pirate voices sound either Irish or West Country. That's because, and I didn't like clock this until recently, but pirate voices sound like the West Country because most of the pirates came from Plymouth. It was the biggest port at the time. Especially going to America, like Plymouth was the port going to America. And also the Caribbean. Do I really want to spend a ducat a month converting you? Yes. Worth it. Although I also really want to pay off my loans. How's the colony doing? 350. I'm going to be so happy when this is done, so I don't need to keep on bloody clicking this stupid button. Stop not privateering! Stop not being pirates! You should be really happy to be pirates. Nope, not at all. The reason pirate voices are West Country is actually because it was the accent in the first televised version of Treasure Island. And that's where the actor happened to be from. I'm pretty sure that a lot of pirates also came from Plymouth. Or rather, a lot of sailors came from Plymouth. Although Portsmouth and Southampton would also be mixed in. Possibly some Bristol, though Bristol is also West Country. And Liverpool. Scouse would have been quite prevalent. Although accents at the time, of course, were different too. Accents have evolved quite a lot over the years. So fine, Midge, you're probably right. Oh, this is really getting quite annoying. But I need to keep doing it because you're earning me 2 ducats a month. What's my ship doing there? Privateering. But the problem is because Holhav, this place, isn't actually a core yet. We're not getting the supply ships reach. So even though we have a province here, and because we have an adjacent province, we don't suffer any supply ship problems, they don't actually recognize that that's a thing. It's a bug. Pretty sure. Because they should absolutely be able to be privateering here. But I just need to keep them doing it. Because it's earning me loads of money. I need to watch Treasure Island again. I like that. That story. The generals are bothered. Our generals are concerned that our focus on the navy is hurting the army. The fleet it is, damn them! I don't need to build any more troops, so damn them! No, that's protecting trade. Wrong one. Nope, that's hunting pirates. That's the one. Tahuna, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And also Frukandur, welcome to the channel. Border friction. I will that's Manabe. I don't care if you hate me. $400 colonists. Does this still count as tropical? It does, and tropical does slow you down. Actually, does it? No, tropical does not slow down colonization speed. I always thought it did. Arctic certainly does. Huh. Right, so how's technology doing? Stop not giving me the right thing. Still waiting for it to appear properly. And it's still showing green everywhere because printing press hasn't actually spread to anyone that is in visible range, I think. Probably. Privateer, Coromandel, go. Then once this missionary is done, we can start looking in earnest at paying off these 7 loans. If I'm making a ducat a month, it's going to take me 357 months to pay off. Oh dear. It's quite a while. Ah, you're not doing anything. Hull Hawaii now produces tea! My first colony produces tea! I am so happy. Haha! It's definitely my colony. I knew I chose this place for a reason. And that reason wasn't the piracy. It was also the piracy. Tea drinking pirates, that's what I like to see. Don't have none of that rum rubbish over here. Tea! Again, another earthquake. Thankfully the missionary is almost done. Which should A, make Barra a lot more profitable, and B, not cost me a missionary anymore. Let's move you back up to, like, actually, let's just leave you in the capital for now. Eventually I want you to be drilling again, because that's a really nice bonus to have. But right now I just need to be earning money. Oh, I'm losing money again. Why? Because you're protecting trade, not privateering. That's more like it. Conflicting opinions. It seems there is always a small group of the Parliament that can't agree with the others. Regardless of the matter at hand, this particular group always have a different opinion from everyone else. Well, how dare they? People being wrong compared to me, or who's always right. English pirates confirmed. Does the colonialism depend on your home climate? Actually, you might be right there, Equin. I think it does. Because I think if you are in the desert, or if you're a desert nation, if your capital is in the desert, I think it's based on your capital, then you don't take desert penalties. Or at least with colonization. Something like that. I think you are right. Even at the best of times, there are... Grammar there is a bit warped. Even at the best of times, it's difficult to smuggle contraband into foreign ports. These are most certainly not the best of times. Many of our smugglers are returning to Vatomundri, having had their goods confiscated. Some do not return at all and await the gallows. Trade efficiency goes down. Okay, I see what trade is. It's just smuggling. Well, actually, all of the trade bonuses come from the smugglers faction, so yeah, it kind of is. They could also be Chinese pirates. I'm pretty sure that Qian Shi's pirate fleet drank lots of tea. Also true. Oh, I hope I don't have to do this in every single region. Well, no, because the other regions aren't going to be as profitable as Coromandel. But this is just paying me just enough to keep my economy afloat. Otherwise I wouldn't be quite so bothered. But if I don't do this, then I sink into debt and stuff like that, and that's not nice. Ah, stop, pause. Election in the Pirate Republic. I do not want to keep the same person. I think I'm just going to keep on electing the Buccaneers. And we can choose a new cult. And once again, I shall check. And there we go. Colours have changed. So we have now seen somebody, probably, that has printing press. Regardless, colonialism continues to spread to you slowly. You're at 50%. Mitapa still trying to get Renaissance, and you guys still didn't even have feudalism. Sucks to be you. So what do I want from this? Domestic trade power could actually help my financial situation by giving me more control over Zanzibar. Because at the moment Sakalava is taking more. What I really need to do is take their centre of trade again. And for that, I kind of need Matapa to go into another war. Like a big one. Miltac 12. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to wait until the military technology elsewhere shifts. Construction cost reduction. That is a bonus I do like. Speaking of which, are there many buildings that I could be doing? Oh boy, yeah there are. Those are some very valuable workshops. And the price of slaves still hasn't gone up, so I think that's just from pure development. And Iboina could also do with some better stuff. Need to get the loans paid off first, though, because that's just going to be beefing up my inflation. And I don't want to have to deal with that. Hello, is there a way to see the new Aragon mission tree? Yes, actually, there is. Let me just save the game real quick. I'll just tag switch. So first of all, we need to see the whole world, so don't look. Then we need to go to Aragon, who's actually doing pretty well. And then we need to tag or debug mode so I can see. That was debug mode. Oh, I know what it is. Underscore. And then I can see what your tag is. It is Ara, so we just go tag Ara. We are now playing as Aragon. And we can take a look at their missions, as soon as I remember where the hell the missions are. Here we go. So they have the Consulate of the Sea, which will require them to have 33% or more trade power in Côte d'Azur, have a marketplace in Aragon, in Barcelona and Valencia, and then that will give them permanent claims on a bunch of territory. Need to own all of Calabria and Apulia, Napoli, Abruzzi and Salerno. Gives you a bunch of development in Napoli and also claims in Greece. Naval force limit. Wow, that's a lot of missing stuff. They haven't finished the localization because none of these things have actual names. Oh no, that's probably the debug. Ignore those. That's probably debug mode. So Aragon needs navy. They need to have at least 90% of their force limit and have a force limit of at least 30. In which case they gain a bunch of claims. It's just giving claims. I don't like these mission trees that just give claims. Provinces in the Barbary coast owned or as tributaries. Missionary strength and sailor modifier for 20 years and claims. Integrate Naples. Get trade efficiency and claims in Albania. Valencian silk have at least one centre of trade level 3 in Valencia. Local goods produced for 20... Oh, wow. Okay, this is the kind of modifier I do like. Plus 25% goods produced in Valencia, and Valencia now produces silk. That's a huge bonus. Control Venice. Have the most trade power in Venice, which seems totally pointless for Aragon. Why would you want to do that? Oh no, that's having provinces. Sorry, misreading that. Own all of the provinces in the Venetia area. Is that... Do you need to do all three of those? No, I think it's one of them. But it doesn't say that. That looks suspiciously like you need to do all three of those, and that's kind of crazy. In order to get the permanent claims. Okay, that one's easy then, Venice. Taking all the provinces in the Venetia area... Oh, Venetia area. Sorry, I was thinking the trade node. Never mind. Venetia area is a lot smaller. Yeah, that's fine. And then you get claims in northern Italy. Then once you've completed that... Complete mission. All provinces in Italy owned by Aragon. Then you get claims on the East Adriatic, Carniola, and Russia. Balkans? I'm not actually sure what that is. Then once you've completed that, and also the Greek stuff, then you can go towards Constantinople. And you gain permanent 3 mercantilism, which is pretty nice. And then once you've done all of that, you get Mare Nostrum. At which point you need to own all of the provinces in Hood of Vendigar, Aden, Kosovo, basically the whole of Turkey. And then you get a huge bonus. Okay, so once you've taken the whole of Turkey, that's pretty nice. But the thing that I dislike about these kind of focuses is it pushes you east. I don't necessarily want to go east with Aragon. I maybe want to go into India or something, and that does not allow for this. When did you switch? I haven't actually switched, Mike. Someone asked me to look at the Aragon ideas. Naval force limit, we saw that one. Combat Barbary piracy. All provinces in the Barbary coast owned by Aragon and Algiers. Then you get missionary strength and sailor mods. Conquer all of Tunis. Then you get ship trade power propagation, 20% for 20 years. It's pretty good. Once you've taken over Alexandria, you get permanent claims to the whole of Egypt. Then envoy to Ethiopia. Any Christian nation with at least 70 total development and a capital in the Horn of Africa has at least 100 opinion of us. You get Diplo Rep +2 for 20 years. Golden Century. Here we go. If you have all of the industrial districts, which requires you to have 10 manufactories and be the leading producer of wine, glass and paper, then you get 20% production efficiency. And if you complete Golden Century, which requires you to have table of exchange and industrial districts and have at least 80 prestige and an income of 250, then you get all power costs reduced by 1% for 100 years. That's pretty good. If you've completed the guilds of Barcelona, which is to have the Burkers in Barcelona. It's your capital, though. And the Burka loyalty high. Then you gain 3 base production and 3 local production in Barcelona. I guess that requires you to move your capital. Barcelona is the capital, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. Is Valencia the capital? Has that always been the case? Well, apparently Valencia is the capital. Okay. Then once you have done that, you need to have at least 3,000 ducats and less loans than 1, so no loans. Then you get interest and inflation reduction. If you vassalize Navarra, then you get a claim on the whole of Spain. If you own all of Spain, then you gain restoration of Union CB against Portugal. And then if you control all of Portugal, you get 100 Diplo power and prestige. If you humiliate Provence, all provinces in the Provence area owned by you, then you get a permanent claim on southern France. And then if you do that, you basically can go for southern France, like the other bit of southern France. And you also get a reduction. Ooh, that's quite nice. A permanent -10 ship cost and a permanent +20% ship repair bonus. And you gain a claim on the whole of France. So there you go. Yeah, Aragon was always focused on more power in the Mediterranean. But one of the things I really like about U4 is I don't have to do that. Which is why I'll be quite honest, I tend to ignore missions because they just don't. They don't direct play the way that I want to play it. I'm saying that a lot more. I'm saying that a lot more frequently recently. U4 is making me do things I don't want to do. But I can still do it. That's the genius. See you, Requin. And thanks again for all the bits and the follows and all the good stuff. If you look at all those claims, I think you'd actually be eligible to form the Roman Empire. Yeah, you would be. And this was a very important part of Rome, as anyone who's seen my Attila... Well, not necessarily this part, but this part was a very important part of Rome, as you will have seen if you saw my Attila series. Especially this bit right here. Anyway, I'm going to tag back to this, which is tag BTS. Oops. And then I'm going to get rid of debug mode. type properly, I would do that. And then, whoops. Turn off Terra Incognita, and there we go, back to normal. Almost as if nothing had happened. Yeah, I think that's right. Just thinking, did I see all of this previously? But I think I did. Yeah, because I took the Congo maps from somebody. Am I actually playing this game or just looking at new stuff? I'm actually playing it. Someone just asked me to take a look at Aragon, so I did. Right, so I need to choose a new fetishist because we just got a new ruler. So I think I might continue with the unrest reduction. Although my unrest reduction is already really strong. Thanks to the fact that we have actually taken over most of the stuff over here. And there's no uprisings anymore. Discipline could be good, especially if we're planning to go to war with Sakalava. You know what? I think we're actually going to go on a bit more of a war footing so we can take over Sakalava. The other one would have been the 25% extra trade, but I think until we've taken Manabe, not hugely valuable. It could have been a bit, I guess. Right, back to making sure that you are privateering Coromandel constantly. Because I want to make sure that we keep on getting that money. Because I want to pay off the loan, so I don't have that interest, so that I make more money. And then once we've gotten rid of the loans and everything, then I think we'll be in a pretty good position to go after Saklava. But that is going to take a little while. The war against Iberia was more expensive than I anticipated. And a bit harder than I anticipated too. Alright, Hull Harvey is almost at 500 colonists. There is a very fine line between privateering and piracy, especially in peacetime. The captain and the crew of one of the privateering operations recently waltzed across that line when they decided to attack and plunder one of our own traders. Worse yet, we have been informed that this act of open defiance was only the beginning of their exploits, and that those traitors have now set out to make their own fortune. Primarily, it seems, out of our fortune. What? I have to keep giving you orders to privateer, let alone you doing your own thing with initiative. We should employ that guy. He has initiative. I have an ability? Really? Well, in that case, I'd quite like to have the ship trade power propagation. Or institution in true faith provinces. Well, I haven't really been waiting for technology to spread, so that's not actually that useful. The other one would be blockade impact on siege. But again, I haven't been doing that many blockades. So I think I'm going to go for the trade ship propagation. I think that will count towards privateering. I really wish I could see at an easier glance just how much we're providing here. So 65.7. And then with this, still 65.7. I think we need to wait until the end of the month for that to recalculate. Is this a rerun? No. Still 65.7. Maybe it had already factored it in, but I hadn't selected it yet. Oh, I don't know. Isn't that UI always lying? It lies about the amount of money you're going to make, but I don't think it lies about the amount of trade power you're getting. Although I really do wish there was a way of seeing how much trade power a fleet has. I could have sworn there used to be. This is blockade. That's attrition. That's positioning. Could have sworn that was trade power. Thank you, Quack. Keep up the good work, Mordred. I like your streams. I appreciate that. Thank you. We've renewed a loan of 51 ducats. And I'm losing money again because you guys are not privateering. The name of the flagship's not historically plausible. Immersion ruined. Who's to say that some crazy Dutch flying person couldn't have been in Betsimisaraka in 1568? I'm trying to think actually when the Netherlands was founded. It was around this time. This means taking another loan. I'm trying to get rid of loans, not take more. You're supposed to pay off the loans, not take more loans. I cannot afford to do the stability thing though. I'm a republic. Stability is unbelievably expensive. I'm sorely tempted to debase currency right now. No, I've still got some. Damn it. Although, this is effectively refinancing, so we're going to use a bigger loan to pay off a small loan. Seems legit. Crazy Dutch flying boat. Sounds like a very Madagascaran folk story. I'd like to believe it is. How are we doing for points? We're fine. How are we doing for trade expansion, though, or tech expansion? 60%. Oh, still taking such a long time. Come on, technologies. I want you. Hey, if a mad German baron thought he's Genghis Khan, why shouldn't a crazy Dutchman go to Madagascar and forge his own empire? Exactly! Exactly! Alright. My itchy nose is driving me actually bonkers. This is really frustrating. Because you know that feeling when you're like, you need to blow your nose but you don't. Or you need to sneeze, but you don't. That's me permanently. And it's really bad this evening. It's a medical condition. Urgh. Currently playing the new Stellaris expansion. Max galaxy size. Max civilizations. Every single one of them is either a slaving despot or a fanatical purifier. And I'm just trying to make some cash. The slaving despots you should be able to trade with. In fact, they should be very willing trading partners. The purifiers, not so much. Sakalava also claiming stuff. So my neighbours are getting a little bit more belligerent. So I think I'm going to send you a little bit further away. The many jobs of a soldier. I would like to lose a bit of professionalism and gain some production and tax. Because I really need to pay these loans off before another war. 556. This colony can't grow quickly enough. Girlfriend had that problem, Mordred. She went in a few weeks ago and had surgery to fix it. Yeah, I went to the doctor once before and he told me to start sniffing steroids, which doesn't sound like a great plan. Did it for a while, didn't help. Actually made me sniff more. Usually it's manageable, I just kind of need to wipe my nose every like once an hour or so. But now... Playing Hoi 4, my general is 99% getting Hillfighter and just conquered the last hill province. Well, if you've just conquered the last hill province, then surely you've just conquered, like, most of the world anyway.